Now we have the mic. The desktop audio is... Wait a minute, I'm hearing myself. There we go. And desktop audio should be... Okay, USB audio device. There we go.
Check, 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 check. Stream playback. Ted. Yep, okay, I got myself on the stream as well, so we're good to go. Sorry about that, everybody. We love ya. Awesome. So as we were saying a little bit earlier, I'll just catch everybody up. So the major things that we're looking at in terms of plot points here is the track is really, really short and twisty, so good drivers in slow cars should be really fast this weekend. For example, you'll notice Radish and Schmidt both in the midfield, even though they're in some of the slowest cars in the field. And we're noticing, just like touring cars you would normally drive in any game or mod, that the rear-wheel drive cars really don't do well with the curbs, and there's a lot of curbs that you have to cut here, so Stuck is a huge shock with how far off the pace he is, but he might accidentally get stuck there all weekend. So the peaks and troughs of racing continue here in Touring Car Manager.
He's done a bit better now with a 114, but it's still 2 seconds off.
A whole 2 seconds off, and he's not very consistent, and he's spinning a lot. He has caused 1 or 2 little choke-ups by going off into the major sand traps of the circuit so far.
Probably praying for some rain at the moment, since the BMW is a bit stronger.
That does do really well in the rain, but will he do well in the rain plus the big curbs that the car hates, I think is the question. Right now, Piro, Scott, Muller, Zelich all broaching the 110s. Down from 5th to 18th position are the people in the 120s that do seem to be really closely contesting with one another. There's a huge run in the mid-pack. Alesi, Rydell, Brack, Biela, Hoy, Schmidt, Thompson, Radish, and Christensen are all spread out by like 0.25 of a second. And that's from about 10th all the way down to 18th. Circuit is small, so finding space to get a clean lap in, especially if you're accidentally stuck behind somebody who goes off, is going to be really, really important. So we're going to see this keep developing as stuff goes through today.
This corner is particularly peculiar. We find it looks like the Singapore sling.
Absolutely, yeah. You pretty much just got to chuck it through there and straight line it and try not to go off.
No one is improving at the moment, and most of the cars are into the pits, so let's see if we'll have a final time attack in the last 3 minutes. Much going on at the moment, so we might as well follow that.
No good sectors, a whole bunch of people in the pits too. The AI do seem to like to do this, where they get faster and faster and faster as the track evolves the first half of practice, and everybody dives the pits with 3 to 5 minutes left, and then they all go out at once and stack each other up.
Nathan McCain got the fastest lap as we spoke. So it could be the first pole for Raven West. Oh, now we're stuck behind John Newhouse. I don't think we'll be improving.
Getting stacked up here. Whole bunch of people just exited the pits for their second run here too, as we're coming down towards the end of the session with 1:30 left. They might get 2 timed laps in, depending on when they ran. Track position is going to be really important.
We only have Scott, Newhouse, Nidal, Christensen, Moreno, Menu, and Tarquini on track.
These guys are going to have to start leaving if they want to improve. And what we did notice last week is a whole bunch of people left the pits without time to improve and got cut off, which was kind of interesting.
Look at Newhouse.
Just absolutely right into the back. Oh my god, there's all kinds of track position argy-bargy going on here.
Stuck, getting another lap. Maybe for acclimatization. Trying to find a balance. If there's
He's not going to have enough time to start another flyer, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Ooh, McCain, baby. Oh, yikes. Okay, yeah, I just caught up to what you were saying oof about. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you carry a bit too much speed on that chicane and you find yourself sideways.
Well, that's fucked his lap and Tarquini's. Schmidt is out on circuit, but I don't think he's on a flyer. Because I'm not getting sector times.
Is over.
Again, same thing that the AI did last week. They're all leaving after the session has already ended to try to get one more flyer in. And that's not how it works.
So there we are, final standings. Nathan McCain tops the sheets and gets the additional point. Followed by Pirro, Scott. So a great session for Raven West. Then Mueller.
Standouts for me probably have to be Rydell and Brack in the 850s. Schmidt in the HRT.
It's definitely Schmidt.
And Nathan McCain in the Raven West doing a lot better than the previous week. Both Raven Wests up front, which is interesting.
Yeah, you need
and Zelich being a little bit more behind than he was last time.
You need a lot of traction on this track, so...
Right.
It's not surprised that the Audis are doing really well.
Poor Stuck.
We have Müller, Zelich, Hattori, Newhouse, Alesi, Nidal, Hoy, Rydell, Brack, Bila, Schmidt, Thompson, Radicic, Christensen, Moreno, Menu, Sekia, Cleland, McRae, Tarquini, Aiello, and Stuck.
Sekia is an unbelievable disappointment.
Yeah, he was second at some point. Now he finds in 720th place. The Volvos seem to have the upper hand compared to the Toyotas on this track. Qual is over. Time for the race. There we go. We have some clouds. So there might be some rain coming in the later stages.
Mighty attractive looking grid, that's for sure. And there we see the Volvos, one row in front of the VW Vento, which is perfectly square, as all cars should be.
But for sure it's aerodynamic.
323F is probably genuinely, in my opinion, the most attractive car in this series. It's just a very, very nice looking automobile. Looks like a front-engine version of a Porsche 944. It's very, very handsome.
Here we go. We're ready for race run.
Got the lights coming up.
Really good stuff from Piero.
Piero had an amazing start. So did Scott off the second row as well. Trying to get in between the Raven West cars around the outside of turn 1. Doesn't quite clear. Close. You're still going to be side by side as they go into the third corner. Piero's gone already.
An absolute flyer of a start. Corey attacking Velic. Velic's got a really bad exit.
Really bad exit.
He's gonna be attacked by Newhouse as well.
Newhouse is definitely going to be able to clear him before the next corner.
Attacking Scott. Good stuff from the Hondas.
Really nice. Honda's starting very well and keeping that momentum up down through the first lap here.
That was a great overtake from a tape.
Really nice. Side by side through the chicane, but totally cool.
Let me remove my car real quick.
Piero starting to get put under a little bit of pressure by McCain already. That start seemed to settle in a little bit more towards his natural pace. We got the Brick Boys down in 13th, doing quite well.
Something must have happened to McRae because he was already...
Yeah, absolutely. And Stuck had a lightning start up from last place on the grid to 20th already as well. We might see some of that trademark aggression that net him those good results in race 1 come back here.
Look at that the aggressive Japanese.
All the way hooked up to the back of Muller in front.
I heard the sound of a crash. Yeah, looks like it was usual RG.
Nothing major. Just a little bit of a shuffle.
Have a laser attacking Village. Boy right behind. Peter really trying to pull a gap.
He's going to have to be careful with those tires, though. The all-wheel drive cars are a little bit better on theirs.
Yep.
Let's see. Hoy doing well. Brack doing well.
Oh.
Yellow Thompson. Oh, Stuck, no. Aw. He was doing so well, too. It looks like every single car in the pack really abuses that curb through that fast right-hander before the main straight here and gets a little bit sideways. And in the rear drive BMW, Stuck just can't hold it every lap.
Just gonna have to try and save what's savable and get rid of this whipping really quick. I'm attacking Roberto Moreno for P20. Peter still in the lead. Third place for Miller. Lazy trying to move on Scott. Not yet.
Got a nose in, but tucks back behind.
Maybe here on the outside. Too difficult. And Velic exploits the situation.
Good move. Got a nose in, but again covered off.
Lazy trying again. Now it's 6.
That's where you have to do it before the chicane, where you can't go side by side, so the opponent has to concede the position. Got a big gaggle for the final points positions down here in the mid-pack. This is great. Stuck already trying to make up for lost ground. Pirro and McCain pulling really, really hard out front. And then another cell of Muller and Hattori in a one-on-one battle, and then a while back to Newhouse. It does seem like the same thing that... Yikes. Seems like the same thing that happened in Race 1 and Race 2 at the first round is happening here as well. The field does seem to separate into cells by pace, with some drivers being able to hold up faster ones behind and them kind of all stringing out into large clumps of people who are at a similar speed. Newhouse taking a lot of pressure from Lacey, then Scott and Zelik behind. Behind them we've got Nadell, Hoy.
Trying to move on. Miller.
Ooh.
Here it's pretty difficult because there's the curb. Oh, they touch. There's
a
the
little bit.
side.
It's not that bad, they're good.
Up to the sling. Oh, and that Tori brings home the move.
He's working on that one for like 4 or 5 corners.
Really aggressive driving, but it pays off.
I would be interested to see if he can catch back up to that group of McCain and Pirro in front, who does have the fastest lap so far. We are only 4 laps in, I believe, so far, or 5?
I think we're on... Let me check. Lap 5.
Absolutely. Tarquini is out with an engine failure. I don't know from what position he retired, but I did notice him on the list. He is out.
Yeah, engine. And that's one of the cars with the best reliability, so
That's really
nobody's
unfortunate.
safe. Nobody's safe. There's a slim chance of it happening to the cars with good or excellent reliability, but it can still happen.
This group down from 7th to the last points paying position in 15th all seem to be... They were bunched up earlier, but now they're starting to get strung out a little bit more, with Schmidt holding up a whole conga line of cars from 13th down to 18th. Stuck starting to catch back up to the back of that cell of that little pack of cars that's running from about 23rd and 19th. Doing really good. Hattori still putting in fastest laps and really trying to catch back up.
Look at the gap between Wheeler and Hattori in 2 laps.
Pretty large, that's for sure.
He's pushing to the extreme of the Honda Accord.
Honda Accord.
BTCO inside jokes. The Newhouse now trying to move. Ooh, as aggressive as a Tori. Looks like everyone is angry at Mueller for some reason. Lewis is looking from a distance. There's a... Oh! As Rises is stuck on the track.
Uh-oh.
Looks like a failure.
Something's wrong with that car for sure. Doesn't seem to be able to get it moving again. Maybe it's he's got a box full of neutrals. Let's let Stuck kind of wiggle his way up to 21st though.
I think it's the brakes again. We'll see. So it's like when he went straight into the wall in the mountain.
Yeah.
With the yellow flag waving. Nice. Oh, suspension this time.
That's unfortunate.
It's maybe due to the curbs. McCain putting a lot of pressure on Pirro. McCain was currently leading the Works Cup standings for this race. And on the outside, here seems to be a better traction. Motor is coming. Might have a
The
Honda
question
1-2.
is, does Hattori have the time to get it done? Because he's definitely faster than both of these guys right now.
We're only on lap 9 of 29. So plenty
Yeah.
actually.
Well, Lacey just put in the fastest lap down in 6th, so he must have gotten clear of somebody that was holding him up.
It's for the movers at the moment. Here we have the battle of the Corollas. Beal and Thompson. Different models,
Nothing.
same specs.
Nothing like a Corolla or a Honda for an affordable racing machine, let me tell you.
Schmidt up in 14th place. Might see his first points.
And he does seem to be spread out to Christensen behind, and they seem to be a relatively equal pace. And with all those incidents in the back, I don't really think there's going to be much more fighting for the final couple of points-paying positions down near 15.
Sorry,
There you go. No, that's okay. He's got the claim in, and I'm a little bit behind. Sorry if the commentation is awkward, guys. He does clear him, though. I am watching the stream. I do not have a camera account in the race, so I might be a bit behind.
Yeah, unfortunately there's no way to have an online
Do that.
session with a
Can't have 2 safety cars.
or even something like that, yeah. On our Factor 1 you could do it, but yeah, there's no chance. Oh, right there. Missing the apex, but maybe home the overtake on Scott. And here we have once again the Italian Touring Car Championship with the 3 Alphas. I think Schmidt is actually approaching me.
He does seem to be catching up to that group in front.
Yes,
Not
some pace.
slowly, either.
The best,
Perfectly
not the best,
square car strikes again.
the best track for Mondeo. He's currently struggling in 11th place after getting the podium last time. Thompson goes for the inside, McCoy. Let's see. Ooh, big slowdown there. I think Scott might have done it on purpose. Break way earlier than usual.
That's an interesting suggestion.
Best tactics.
Ooh, Schmidt taking a look on Biela. No room, but he's there, and he's coming.
Thompson ahoy. Some more sticks are still in battle at the moment. Up front we still have the same top 3 with Pedro, Vittorio and McKinney. Look at this cluster of cars.
Really, really
They're all
nice.
trying to overtake each other. Scott is slowing down the field at the moment. Looks like it's lower up there. There's Hoy trying to move. On the inside, cutting the curb. Oh,
A little bit. A little bit, air quotes. Ooh, everybody getting stacked up in the back there. And that gives Schmidt the opening on Biela, and he's through.
this was the only one we did a slow down. So exploited the slingshot effect. up the P16. We get a point too.
That'd be good.
Past Tom Christensen. And he's trying to do. Really aggressive move. Approaching the bunch up front. Point trying again the move on Scott. And this time it seems to have worked. Yep. And Hoy flies away. Scott in real trouble at the moment. The rest of the field. Oh. And McCain is already trying to lap.
Oh wow, Stuck. Last on circuit.
It's really unfortunate for Smart Power Racing.
It'll get better at other circuits. I think it honestly is just the big curves and the fact that the rear-wheel drive cars handle awkward over them.
McCain trying to say, I'm here, move aside please.
Well, this is just unfortunate, really.
He had a really strong weekend. Oof. A new house trying to exploit the situation.
Oh my good god. What is all this going on?
Newhouse is up to third place with that move.
Wow.
And gets past Stuck. Here we are, third place from Newhouse. Oh, something has happened here. Because they all slow
Ooh,
down all of a
McCain,
sudden.
Lacey, everybody's slowing down through there. Maybe a body part on the track with a local waved yellow. I have seen
I
the
think it was
driver.
just Stuck who got sideways.
Could be.
He will break to avoid him. Oh, look at the bunch there. They're
That
still
did
fighting.
that bunched that whole cell between 5th and 10th back up to that fight for 3rd there. And then we do still have that pack down from about 10th to 15th going on as well. Muller really putting a lot of pressure on Lacey, who seemed to be fast early but still hasn't caught up to the lead yet.
Almost free wide here.
Oh my
Never seen
god.
something like this. Don't you dare to.
Schmidt looking on Thompson, Bela looking to get it back from Schmidt. The battle of the affordable low-level sedans that probably shouldn't have been turned into race cars going on here.
We'll load them full W.
Hey man, I've been telling all my friends recently, if the engine ever catastrophically explodes in my Porsche 944, I'm putting a tiny little 1.6 liter Honda engine in it and racing it in like a different class. Just so I can hear whap, whap.
Look at Mueller. It seems.
This is so awkward with the lap traffic here. There's
McCain
nowhere
is-
for anybody to go.
Look at the cars there. It seems McCain is not able to lap Stuck. Stuck
Is
putting
going
a lot of,
on?
Stuck is putting a lot of unnecessary resistance.
Been getting thrown some big boy blues right now.
Look at that. He's completely ignoring the blue flags. Stuck has no intention to move from the racing line.
Vince, if you make another "they're stuck behind" Stuck joke, I will remove you from the chat. that's not a threat. That's a promise. There you go. Lacey, the first one to get unstuck from that situation.
There you go. Now Muller trying the same move. Wow, look at the train behind Stuck.
Oh my god, this is horrendous.
I mean, is it really Stuck or is it Jarno Trulli on the cup?
I don't know. There's a bit of a Truly train going on for sure. But truly, who knows what's going on with this? Are they stuck behind Stuck? Do they know how to cook?
Oh, McCain's still on that side.
McCain by. Here comes Zelich and Alesi
There he goes.
and Muller. They're all going to be stuck behind next. Well, this truly is something. It looks like of that group down to about 15th, the last points paying position, Thompson and Schmidt are faster than everybody else behind and have started to pull some separation.
Look at the yellow trying to defend from Ricard right there.
Wow, really, really cleanly done too. A great job in that Sentra. Another perfectly square car. Two square cars battling each other. What a shame to see this warfare between them. Good God. Oh my good God.
That was a big hit.
Alon Menu just absolutely toasted that car.
Wow. And a bit too close to the tire wall.
A bit too close. He ate it.
There's an engine failure.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, it just totally blew the front cooling out of that car. Really unfortunate.
Wow. I was expecting it to happen actually with the
Yeah, with somebody. Anybody going side by side through there, that's like the sling through Thruxton.
Yeah.
You can't put two cars side by side through there because that tire barrier is there. Now, in real life, the tire barriers move. They're not completely solid. You don't want to hit them, but they won't completely obliterate your car, right? But in the sim where, you know, you can't partially no-clip the tire barrier or give them a physics engine, it's just like hitting a wall, really. Schmidt still putting pressure on Thompson. Looks like Thompson is holding up this whole route behind him here, too.
Peter's still in the lead with 10 laps to go.
Newhouse kind of having himself his own quiet race out here.
Yeah. And once again, it proves to be the most consistent driver because he got a second and a third place.
Absolutely.
And Antwerp as well.
Genuinely looking at how he's been racing recently, I definitely think he can win the championship off consistency alone with the fact that he always does seem to finish on the podium and just off.
Yeah. Just trying to pull the Johan Mir of the situation. Winning the championship with no actual race wins. Or maybe one, who knows. Now it's Rick Scott. You can get past Stuck. Thompson tries to move on the outside. Scott is good.
This is really interesting for the last couple of positions for points here. This lap traffic situation really is not going to do anybody in here any favors.
I mean, it could be good for this, but Thompson.
Thompson, why? Thompson's going to get eat by Bela after that, too. He lost 2 positions. Yeah. That's all it took. Ooh. Schmidt was barely in the back of Scott.
Schmidt is now up Rick Scott's exhaust pipe.
Really careful on the car there, Caston. That car doesn't really have much reliability. Can't just start
If I were him, I'd just nurse it to the finish.
Yeah, absolutely. He doesn't even need to go that fast. He could let everybody in that train behind him by and still get a point, and that's all we need, baby.
Well, and plus Thompson as well.
Nice. Very nice from the 3-2-3.
not over. Thompson is still there.
Schmidt does manage to clear Stuck.
He gets the job
You're
done.
still racing for 14th behind. Oh my god. Whoa. Real sideways by Cleland. Now Cleland has a run on Biela, too.
Oh, and here we have a battle for the lead going on with two Hondas.
Hello, hello. Hattori caught all the way back up to Piero, just like we thought from earlier.
Impact Racing Team for Pirro and Dome for Hattori.
Dome.
And we have another retirement from Moreno.
Oh no.
We'll check the codes later. Oh, and Hattori on the inside.
Does
Oh,
have a
bad
run.
Exit, really bad exit, but
Yikes.
it sticks. Now Hattori's in the lead. Pirro doesn't seem to have yielded.
Not at all. We'll look to see if those two stay stuck to each other, if Hattori can pull out that lead with that amazing pace that he's had all weekend. John Cleland is now up to 13th, Schmidt in 12th, Thompson is all the way back to 15th, Biela also has gotten by him. He's grouped from 6th down to about 9th with Brackhoy, Redisic, and Zelich and all those other drivers in them. Oh wow, they're still stuck behind Stuck back there.
Let's see it. McLaren goes past. Stuck not really doing any favors to the other drivers today.
No, I mean, but to be fair, he doesn't necessarily have to just jump out of the way. He's got his own race to run too. And if there's too much more argy-bargy up front, I mean, there's been quite a lot of retirements. He might actually be able to net some points on pure luck, despite the lack of pace, if he just keeps running.
We still have a lot of cars up to 15th place, but that's a possibility.
Very, very long shot. But
Cleland is pitting.
oh, in the pits?
Might be
Oh,
a
no.
gearbox failure, just like last time with Pila. Let's see.
Could be.
Oh, that's really
Or he could have.
unfortunate. Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
retirement.
He could have completely used up his tires as well. No, he's in the box.
Oh, it's
And
a
now
failure.
Stuck is 21st.
Let me see. Yeah, gearbox.
That's really unfortunate.
Usually when the
Yeah, those Mazdas, I should note, actually well known for weak gearboxes, both in real life and in the simulator. All the Mazda sports cars have been known to have weak ones, so it's very unfortunate that he's having that fail on him in his Super Touring car as well. But it's not out of the question for that to happen with a Mazda, unfortunately.
battle for the lead here still going on.
Hattori probably used up quite a lot of tire grip to get up front and make the pass stick. Now the question is he going to fall to an attack from Hattori here? Next time by is 5 to go.
It really looks like a cutting track.
It really does. This would be very, very fun in like a slow car or something like a really fast go-kart or a very slow race car, like a spec Porsche 944 Cup car or a spec Miata or a little Honda Fit Cup car or something.
Yeah, it's a kick in the face.
Super Touring cars maybe a little bit quick for the way out, but that's okay. Secchia up from 17th to 16th after getting passed by McRae a little bit earlier. Nadell spread out. Zelich and Hoy also spread out from everybody behind them. Scott behind. Schmidt in 12th, nowhere near anybody in front of him or behind him. Biela and Thompson still fighting for 14th.
At the moment, the only battle seems to want to do it. So let's focus on these two.
Looking pretty and greenish blue.
People are looking for a space. squeeze a little rub to the back bumper of Hattori's Honda. Oh, and a lazy stuck.
No.
And that's
Oh,
another
he was doing so
retirement.
well. Yeah, that car is beached there. He does not seem to have drive or power.
There he goes. Pulled into the pits. Let's see.
Wow.
What was it for?
A couple of
was a
laps
brake
to go
failure.
as well. Oh man. This circuit does seem really hard on brakes.
Yeah.
5 laps from the end. So cruel.
Pure got a better exit. Side by side. Might try the dive here. Yes, he does. And is in the lead again.
A little bit of a swap there. I'm not entirely sure if Hattori didn't use up his tires trying to chase to the front earlier. Now, McCain is catching both of them. He did just put in the fastest race lap, but he is well far behind. I don't think he's going to manage to suck back up to these guys by the end of the race. Although I would be happy to be proven wrong. Oh. I think Schmidt might also be out.
Schmidt is out. That's really unfortunate. Yeah. I totally figured.
I just want some points, man.
That was a really good race for him. And once again, the poor reliability of the
VW Vento.
played a
It's
major
poor
role.
plus. Thank you to Petronas.
It's still not enough, it seems.
No.
But at least you know where to invest when they open the first upgrade window.
Yeah, absolutely.
The jump from poor to average should already make a difference.
It's pretty significant. So, Zelich also out.
Oh no.
So in the last 3 to 5 lap here, we've had Cleland, Alessi, Schmidt, and Zelich all drop out.
You can find Zelig. There he is. Oh, he's already in the pits. Let's see what Volta goes. Suspension for Zelig and brakes for Schmidt.
A lot of brake failures today.
Oh, and the Torres spins! That's incredible.
Oh, wow.
And he gets rammed from Nathan McCain.
Ooh, that's not going to be good for McCain's car either. He lost the whole front fascia and splitter off of that
I
car.
think it was Hattori's rear bumper, yeah.
Good shout. I didn't quite spot that correctly.
And this pretty much gives the win to Peter.
Absolutely.
Unless he doesn't get slowed down too much.
Slow, because he's about to catch up to Stuck
Yeah.
again with 2 laps to
There was a
go.
lap of drivers. This is a Colin McQueen is hesitate. Let's see, it's not over. McCain seeks an opportunity to go for second place. Oh, and someone has entered the pits.
A yellow.
They're ready for a pit stop there.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they're
It's a
retiring
yellow.
the car. Maybe he's out of tires?
Yeah. They're refueling.
Wow, interesting.
It's really weird.
Well, I never would have expected something like that, but maybe they short-fueled the car, or that car is so heavy that they were running out of tires.
Doesn't seem to
It
have-
does have
doesn't seem to have any damage, so it's a routine pit stop. Okay.
Well,
now they-
Stuck is a lap down. There's a couple of laps to go, and everybody is retiring the cars. So if anybody else has a failure, he will finish in the points. So maybe this is just an absolute precaution to check everything out before the car finishes. Thompson also in the pit lane.
and Christensen and Sakia.
A whole bunch of people in the pit lane. I think it might be tire wear. I think people might have tires starting to fail if they don't pit. There's a whole bunch of people in the pit lane here.
Oh, and Toyota's double stacking. And Piro with Miss Piro winning the race. Piro wins the race. Followed by McCain, Attori, John Newhouse.
McCain putting in the fastest lap on the very last lap while overtaking Hattori at the line as well.
Oh, Nidell is limping to the finish line.
Come on,
He's
come
out of
on,
fuel.
come on, Tiff, come on, Tiff, come on.
That's
He might be out of fuel. We had other people
at
pitting
that.
and putting fuel and tires on. He might be able to roll it across the line, but he's gonna lose a couple positions. But at least he's gonna finish, maybe.
Oh, and it's about.
Come
Get out
on,
of the car and push it.
come on. Oh no! Oh no! Come on, no!
He's stuck.
Oh
I
no!
think he might still get points. Because some of the
Because of the sheer amount of retirements and people
Yeah.
being a lap down, he might actually finish higher than them for competing more laps. Because so many people pitted and went a lap or 2 laps down before the end. So even if Nidell doesn't cross the line, he might still be a lap ahead of some of the other cars.
McCree going into the pits.
What in the name of Christ is going on?
And Stuck almost got a point. I don't know what's going on at the moment.
I think these are people just storing their cars after finishing the race. The hell happened today?
I told you the AI is weird around here.
Sakia and Nidell both DNFing on the last lap for running out of fuel, but because they did 75% race distance and were ahead of Stuck, finishing ahead of Stuck because he went 2 or 3 whole laps down and maybe still getting points?
Yeah, they're all keeping their position.
What is going on? Tiff Nidell didn't run out of fuel, his engine blew up on the last lap. Same thing with Sakia.
Wow. They tried to limp the car.
What the fuck is going on?
Reliability played a major role here because we have a lot of laps. It's almost 30 laps, so... And I think a yellow and a lot of people who pitted might have had some damage of that sort, and they tried to fix it at the last second.
I guess it's close to out of fuel or out of tires or something.
So, race winner, Emanuele Pirro. Then we have Nathan McCain, who brings home the fastest lap point. Third place for Attori. Then Newhouse, Miller, Breck, Scott, Hoy, Bila, Rydell, McCree once again getting into the points. And Thompson, Nidell, Christensen, Sikia. And then all the others. Stuck, Yellow, Zelic, Schmidt. Look at that wave of retirements.
All within the last couple of laps
That's
there,
incredible.
too. I really wanted some points.
I think we should probably...
I've got easy A, so my driver only has to finish 2 races to get our $5,000 sponsor bonus, and I don't even know if that's going to happen at this rate.
We should probably put a couple laps less for race 2. So it doesn't happen again. But if you want
25?
chaos, if you want chaos and confusion, I can leave to 29.
Maybe 25 or 20 instead. Is the reliability in GTR2 just based on like a percentage and then the amount of laps you do, not on actual distance?
It's about the distance, but it's time scaled. So it's like they did 4 times the race, so 116 laps.
Oh, wow.
I'll put... oh, you know what? Let's leave it to 29. Let's see what
Okay.
happens. It's already a crazy weekend, so... let's try and do it. think the race distance is the same for every track, so it must mean that this track is particularly heavy on these cars.
I do notice a lot of. I notice a lot of the retirements were due to brake failure,
Yeah.
specifically.
So, random grid, and we have a yellow on pole. Followed
Very
by
nice.
Hattori. Ooh, nice match
Ooh.
point for Hattori. Then Christensen, McCain, Müller, Sekia, Stuck. We're gonna be found with
Oh
Stuck.
no, Stuck.
With Stuck up in front. Then Pirro, Schmidt, Bila, Tarquini, Scott, Liddell, Cleland, McCree, Moreno, Radicic, Breck, Thelic, Newhouse, Alesi, Bridell, Thompson, Menu, and Will Hoy. So, let's start this race through and see what happens. No rain
I'm excited.
whatsoever in this weekend.
I'm excited for this one with Stuck up front.
It's gonna be mad. We have this mix of touring car racing and endurance. Drivers having to save their cars. Otherwise they won't make it to the end due to technical failures. Here we go, grid work is done. And we're ready to go. A yellow pole. And we're off. Good start once again from the Honda. Hattori is already leading. Yellow keeps in second place.
BMW gets good
Christensen.
starts.
Let's see.
How many people?
If they get through. Everything's fine. Congratulations.
Stuck already starting to be gapped by the cars in front, causing a train behind.
Yeah. Can already move my car. Nothing much to report in this first lap. Almost in single file. I see some smoke. Yeah, they're still keeping up with the tourist pace. That's
Doing a
impressive.
really nice job.
Look at how tall the car is. The ground clearance.
High in the sky, it might not be the best for the handling, but it really adds to the intimidation factor.
Because it's really
It's lifted, bro.
Seems to be some action here. Oh, and Bila once again. Once again.
Exact
Being
same
sick.
place, too.
It's starting to be a constant factor. Oh, and a yellow one. There's a multiple cars in the grass.
Oh, no. Oh, wow. A whole bunch of people hitting each other back there. Menu and Thompson both in it.
Yeah. Menu spun and Thompson tried to avoid him. Schmidt with fastest lap.
Hell yeah.
And Stuck has been kicking. Oh, and Kiro hits him.
Oh no! Poor Stuck.
And Moreno getting revenge for what happened.
Oh no!
That's a big pile up. Oof.
A whole bunch of people in this early, you know, tagging each other and getting hit is not going to do any favors for that reliability problem either.
We all have some damage. Yellow still tagging Gattori. You know the Frenchman is pretty fast driver. One of the best in this championship. Christensen trying to move on Miller for the podium place.
It was a clean peak with no contact, but he lost the run coming onto the main straight as a result of taking a look.
Cleland spins it.
Oh no! That curb at turn 1 claiming so many.
It happens so often during race run. I think they're all too aggressive. Bila once again and oh, it's because of Stuck. Sticking gravel, Bila tried to avoid him. And Velich goes past. Not yet. Let's see if Bila can keep the... No, he can't. Seems he can keep the position.
He certainly tried, and it took him all the way off the circuit.
What a race. The opening stage. There's a lot going on already. Okay, flying away. What's this not? Christensen in third place. And in first place of the Works Cup. And now Sequilla tries to complete the 1-2 in the first cup for Toyota in the Works Cup, sorry.
That's okay. Wow, Sequilla actually can drive a race car.
Yeah, it was pretty consistent driver back in the day.
It happens sometimes.
Also with mostly in endurance racing.
Right on.
Toyota driver.
Exactly.
This is the iconic Toyota TS 020 GT1. Despite the speed, Cleland has managed to keep his 10th place. There's a big gap at the head and behind him. There's one winner, Pirro, in his place. And right there is in the pits, trying to fix some damage there. Definitely some damage on the car. Look at Schmidt in 6th place.
Wow. Oh, digging on it too.
McRae to P14. For the double point finish. And Kenny Bragg practices. What a lazy. Oh, and Stuck once again. That's the darkest weekend he could hope for.
Poor guy. I wish they would just, you know, if it were for the fact that last race he still managed to get points because of the sheer amount of retirements, I would say they should just retire that car. But he did get 16th somehow.
Yeah. Was almost there. Just 13 minutes to the finish. Not even the AI can drive the BMW on this mod. Schmidt trying to move. Oh, McCain. Giving a half
I'm so
giving a mini
I'm,
afterback
s-
to its
I'm
manager.
so proud of our boy.
Sutaquini. Still a great race in 9th position. Not yet. And all the main drivers are out of the points, so Lazy, Velic, Newhouse. That will be extremely beneficial to Autori. Ooh, look at the battle between the two Toms. Toyotas and Sekia goes through.
On the outside too, very well.
I'm dead sure there was a team order. Queen defending from Jump Lennon. While Miguel is being attacked by Rick Scott and he's still far. And Moreno attack. Ooh, what a late dive. It was a really good
Really deep on the brakes. That was really clean too.
It didn't pay out.
The counter attack made it so that it didn't stick, but honestly, I thought that was. Into Vauxhall.
Someone has already dusted some of the tires away from the apex. Oh, and as I spoke, with how it goes into.
Oh, Hoy right into the barrier. If that's anything like that last race when he did the same thing, that car is going to explode shortly after that. That had to have taken the radiator out.
Let's see if he pulled into the pits at the shooting wheel.
He's going really, really slow. Yeah, that car is not okay.
That's a lot of damage.
Now that's a lot of damage.
Mechanics already bringing out the flex tape. Let's see if we can repair that mess. Yeah. Simply doing.
Take the front off of it, replumb a whole new radiator and oil cooler on it, straighten out the front frame rail with a porta power or the fattest man you have on the team, and just send it, man. It's okay.
Yeah, that bite of that is gonna catch some drivers off guard.
For sure.
You know, when I was making the schedule for the championship, I tried the Salzburg Ring in Austria.
Right.
I couldn't put it into the calendar because first corner is a chicane.
Yep.
And they have those tire barriers on the apexes, and the AI was just slamming there. It was the biggest pile up you've ever seen. Right on lap
That's
1.
fine anyway, because it's still that circuit is basically just two straights. It's not very fun or interesting. Schmidt
It's like
still
Albus.
somehow in 6th, working like the 10th lap.
The yellow still in second. Major performance from the TNN driver.
Two really, really fast drivers and very slow cars putting in work at the front of the field right now.
If we can take home the second place, that's the MVP of the day, for sure. This is Rick in second place still.
Back down in 6th and putting a little bit of pressure on McCain.
There he goes. Tries to move. too far. Way too far.
The same place he was looking on like lap 2 or 3.
This is McCain has lost all his space that he had in race 1. So if he comes back,
this is going to let Pirro and Zelich and Tarquini all probably suck up to the back of them behind McCain as well.
Tarquini doing a great job as well. Solid 9th place. Let's get a bruiser to Wheeler actually. The other red state is still in the points with McRae. There's Team Varano. Team Varano at Varano. Wow. I shouldn't have said that.
Alright, don't worry about it. I get things wrong constantly and still have you.
Nah, it was meant to be a silly joke, but it's okay. I already had too many with Stuk today. Oh, and speaking of Stuk, he's
oh my god.
He's already being left. Tori, let's see if that Tori can. Okay. That's already cleanly. That's a yellow still.
Tori by him cleanly, but everybody behind him might not if he holds them up the same way he did last race.
Tori needs to do it, yellow needs to do it quick.
Absolutely.
Can't afford to be catched up by the other cars. Spencer's place to do it. I guess the job done. And also Kia. Toyota's pretty fast in the straights. Oof, Christensen got called off guard.
Oh no. Hopefully he doesn't collect anybody.
And Schmidt goes by. He's now in 5th place.
That's not gonna last very long. The HRT just wants the points. We don't care.
I've seen the pit board with the word slow.
It just says just 15 on it. Need 15 on it.
It's only four letters. Slow.
Yeah.
In bright yellow.
We don't even have like the W. It's just SLO. Oh my good god. Oh, and collecting a yellow and Pirro. No, what 2 people at least involved frontal impacts. Be careful. Watch those cars for overheating issues.
He slips from P4 to P12 in a single lap. It's really unfortunate for Christensen. 2 major mistakes. Tries to attack Moreno right now. Toyota seems to have the pace.
To be fair, right after making those big screw-ups, he still has the bit between his teeth. He wants those positions back, which I'll give him credit for. It's not easy to get right back up after 2 half spins like that. Keep going with those hot, overheated rear tires from the spins. Schmidt and Aiello by Stuck on the short straight before the hairpin after the turn 1 chicane complex. Very good. They're clear.
Finishes into the points.
Nice, nice, nice.
How easy.
Redizish is doing also very well in 16th in that 405, and depending on the reliability of the cars up front, might be able to net some points as well. I would watch for him.
Oh, look at how close a yellow is to Hattori.
Very close.
A yellow is going for the race win. That's incredible.
He wants it. That would be a huge boost to any privateer who is in the back part of the field that still has a lot of spare budget. If they can manage to net themselves a podium or a race win or even just a couple of top 10s to get their easy task, if they've selected an easy task for their team done, and then get up front and get that cash boost, man. That's, you know, they might be able to do 2 normal upgrades instead of 1, or do a risk it all and then an extra 3rd upgrade, you know, which is big. That's really big.
Yep, that's definitely the race of the underdogs. Just like the Sakir GP, the Italian GP we had this year in Formula 1.
Exactly. If you can pick it up, it'll still make a big difference going into next year. It's all about consolidating a good result when you're doing better than you thought you were able to, or scrounging a good result out of the jaws of defeat. As we saw, and sometimes in the last couple of laps, like last race, a whole bunch of big shakeups can happen.
Piero now having to lap once again Hans-Joachim Stuck. Tries there.
Getting by cleanly without getting...
He clinched the tire barrier again.
Oh no! I'm sorry everybody, my stream was a little bit behind. I thought he was going to clear him cleanly there. Oh no! And then getting roughed up in the back.
He's going to pull up in the pits for sure.
Absolutely. Cleland trouncing it into the back of him too. Yeah, that car is hurting. He's going to have to box that. That's no good.
Felix's lost both bumpers. Oh, major drama for the championship.
A lot of people who were front runners getting into incidents in the midfield after the random grid race.
Now if Newhouse was involved in a collision. All the protagonists from the upper part of the standings are all in trouble at the moment. So Hoy to the 5th place, repeated earlier. Sakia being attacked by Nathan McKenna. Leaving the space.
Behind them, another 2-man group, Schmidt taking pressure from Muller.
I think we had a big shake-up on the standings after these 2 races.
Absolutely.
Peter rejoins his
So just to get hit while being lapped. Oh my god.
Freshly repaired car. He just loses his bumper once again.
Hey, your mechanics just fixed that. Sure would be a shame if somebody ruined it right away.
What a race. We still have 12
laps to go.
Still leading, a yellow close. Soki and McCain battling for 3rd place. Schmidt watching from the distance.
Now that's really interesting because Schmidt did have Yvonne Muller tucked up right behind him fighting him for position, but Muller's fallen back a lot. I wonder what happened.
Yeah, probably somebody had mishaps earlier in the race. Anything could happen on this track. I think we can say that for sure after this round. Ryan goes by McCree for 11th place. Tony Breck tries to lap stick.
Tell you what, looking at the position that Mr. McRae is in right here, and this big group behind him, he can lose almost, if not all, of those positions and still finish in the points, which would be good for him.
Yeah, pretty solid performance from McRae.
Hoy still listed as in the pits, even though I think I saw him on track.
Yeah, they're all on track.
Okay,
It's just that it stays there.
Yeah, Muller definitely catching on Schmidt. I wouldn't have any problem with Schmidt just letting him by and trying to consolidate that position when he gets caught up to him.
Yeah. save up the components as well.
Absolutely.
Okay, reliability.
Because, I mean, if you look at it in terms of raw car and team performance, HRT is absolutely last place in the points right now. But given by the fact that the bottom 3 to 5 teams all have no points or 1 point, if he can finish anywhere in the top 10 like he might be able to today, I don't care. It's a big enough points haul to really make a difference.
It should be 8 to 10 points if he gets in 5th place.
What we really need is a couple of races for it to rain for this German Regenmeister we have in the HRT Vento to really show us what he can do, I think. And I might be insane, but I'm pretty sure Schmidt and Muller are catching Secchia and McCain in front of them.
Yeah, Secchia is slowing down McCain a lot at the moment. So that might happen. We still have 10 laps to go.
If Schmidt was smart and not a dumb AI and he was a real race car driver, what he would do here would be just give Muller the position on one of these straights by easing off the throttle a little bit, follow him up to the back of McCain and Secchia in front of him, and then try to get 1 or 2 positions from them.
Looks like he's not listening to you. Oh.
No, not at all.
What a mistake when you were...
That might have been what happened. That might have been what happened that separated the two out from each other the previous time, too.
Yeah. Just that famous first chicane. Yellow sliding, but...
Cleland catching up to the back of one of the works, Tom's Toyotas of Christensen.
Newhouse trying to get into the points.
Fine,
Sorry, his first place. Oh, and Thompson has retired. Let's see what happened. Engine failure. The Russian Pride racing. Toyota Corolla.
Interesting to have a Toyota have an engine failure.
Yellow putting up the performance of his life here. Vidal being attacked by Moreno. He's in 8th place. Was in like 13th or 12th earlier.
Nidell and Moreno both really needing those points would be a good idea to consolidate their current positions or just do like a little nod to each other and do a swap. Tarquini in 9th, doing really, really good. McRae still down in 12th.
Yeah, most of the underdogs are going to get some big point hold from this round.
At the 2/3 mark now, we're working lap 21. 9 to go.
Mueller once again is caught up to Mr. Schmidt.
Now, Schmidt is not smart. He is just a dumb computer. But if he was the real one, he would just let him by because he wants that position.
Saki is attacking a yellow.
Right up on the back of him. My yellow's been falling back significantly the last several laps of the Tory as well. I think the heavier privateer cars such as Aiello Sentra and Schmidt's VW Vento are really struggling with tire wear towards the end of the race here.
Tyler and the to slow down due to the reliability issues.
Yeah, it could also be wear on components. That's also a good point. Allowing Schmidt to catch back up as previously forecasted. So if all of these drivers swapped around based on how fast they actually currently are on track, Aiello would drop to the back, so Schmidt would drop back to 6th or 7th instead of the 5th he's in, and then pass Aiello again and still finish 5th or 6th. And then the people who were in the faster cars would just swap around a little bit.
Aiello's pulled away again.
I wonder how much this has to do with Mr. Slow but Sure Secchia here, and maybe not Aiello instead.
I'm afraid the center might be under field again.
Could be, actually.
Let's hope it's not the case. Oh, and something happened. Oh, McCain spun. Oh, no, it was Miller. Miller spun. Now Schmidt is up to 4th place.
What in the name of God happened there?
Once again, didn't break at all. That was so good yellow flag. He went straight to Nathan McCain.
Huh.
Some cheeky experience from the German. Oh, Torre! Oof! Oh no!
Oh, from the lead!
That's a failure. Probably the brakes. Wow, straight into the wall.
And this track not being kind to anybody.
And Laurent Yellow is leading the race for BTNM in the Nissan Sentra.
What the fuck is going on today?
Let's see what was the cause of the crash. Yeah, brake failure. It was pretty obvious from the outcome.
Has me nervous. This track does seem really hard on brakes. A lot of people have been having brake failures, and I'm watching the brakes on the heavier privateer cars like that Sentra of Laurent Aiello and the Vento of Carsten Schmidt glowing into most corners, and it makes me really nervous.
The winner will be a total surprise today. Let's see. I love that we can have these totally unpredictable races where the underdogs can show their value.
This is really good stuff today.
It's probably part of the random grid. But
I definitely
great
do
to
think that
watch.
helps with it.
Vidal attacking McCain. The 4th place. Vidal also has the fastest lap.
Very clean move into turn 1.
Yeah.
Pulled alongside on the straight, late on the brakes, clear.
Was already ahead before the corner. Schmidt is up to 3rd place.
And I might be insane, but it looks like he's catching Sekia.
Unless he's into the pits.
Oh,
Yeah, this crew is ready. Not so Pete now. You know, not the Peter there. It's just a lazy. Oh, and it's a retirement. Double DNF for BHP.
oh.
Let's see what was the cause. Gearbox this time by. This track is really tough on those cars. Yeah, we needs to hold on just a little longer. Lap 26 of 29.
Now, this is when the slew of pit stops and major retirements started happening in race 1, so I would keep your eye out for anything to change at any time here, anywhere up the order. Especially with Aiello and Schmidt pulling really, really good races out of slower cars and pushing hard all race, that, you know, they could definitely let go. But with all the drivers that had to pit for so much major damage earlier and potential extra retirements, even if they DNF, they might do more laps and finish in the points, like was the case for some drivers last race.
Sekia is close. We started lap 27. 3 laps to go. Just 27 laps of push Might have took the toll on the Nissan Sentra.
He is down in the 115s and occasionally pulling a 116 when he was doing 14s and 13s earlier in the race. Could be tire wear. That could be one of the reasons why some of the cars were pitting earlier as well, not just fuel with all the tight corners. Now, it's totally fine if Schmidt just lets...
Well, Newhouse is pitting.
Newhouse in.
Newhouse was into the points, so no major team gets points from this race.
And actually, up front, we've had a lead change. Sakia put in a 114 and has gone into the lead.
Yeah. Of course, we missed it. Let's see, it's not over. Yeah, we should be content enough in second place. Moreno's retired.
So that's 1, 2, 3. That's 4 retirements. So 21 cars still running, and several of them multiple laps down because they have pit.
2 laps to go.
So look for any cars up front or in the midfield that may have to pit for fuel or tires or whatever it is that's happening, or that maybe have a late retirement, could still finish in the points due to how many laps down some of the people like Chris Hoy were from crashing early in the race and needing long pit stops.
I think it's Will Hoy. Chris Hoy was a cyclist.
Oh, well, you know, same difference.
But you know, I think he was also a racing driver, so...
Yeah, I'd be okay with Schmidt giving all of these positions up right now. He doesn't need them. He just needs points. If he gets hit in the right rear from somebody taking a dive like he did at Autopolis and DNFs from suspension damage, that would not be good. There you go. Clean, very, very clean move there by Muller. Excuse me, by Nadal.
Oh, Sakia is pitting in a yellow as well.
Yep, there's going to be people, I think, maybe running out of fuel, maybe running out of tires.
Yeah.
Okay, well, the front pack stays out. But they might have to pit the very next lap.
We're on the last lap. Let's see what happens.
Come on, Caston. Come on, Caston. Come on, buddy.
Also Tarquin in 5th place.
Hell yeah.
Cleland Scott all
and Cleland in 6th.
And also Christensen has pitted.
I think maybe the higher power cars are drinking more fuel.
Might be the case.
Because I do notice it's a lot of the cars that have more horsepower. And some of the factory ones that are very powerful seem to be the ones that are pitting.
Miguel going for the unexpected win in his Alpha. For Racing Wombats. Schmidt really close. Final
Schmidt's
corner.
really close. Oh, Muller looking for it too.
What a race.
Schmidt's gonna try the outside. Maybe just taking a look. It's nothing major. He can't. Nope. There's no way he's getting that done. But Muller won't be able to get him either, assuming they don't run out of fuel. What a fucking race!
Wow. John Cleland in 5th place.
Tarquini in 6th. And Colin McRae in 8th as well. Wow. Really, really shaking things up at the bottom of the small privateer teams order.
For the race. I said anything could happen and it actually happened. Frank Villa in 10th place, Johnny Drake in 11th. Sakia from the lead to 12th place. Yellow still gets some points.
Very good. Very
They
good.
should be really happy. Anyway.
Probably making their sponsors feel good as well.
Also Manu going for his first points. And Newhouse. Oh, Schmidt is stuck on the track.
Hell, he must have run out of fuel on the cooldown lap.
Yeah. Let's wait for Menu to finish. A lot of cars stuck on the track here was totally the fuel
Definitely
count.
fuel. And I think the higher power cars and cars that had more power and were heavier were just burning more fuel and ran out.
And Menu crosses the line on P14 and the race is over. What a race. That was fantastic to watch. So, Tiffany Dell gets his first win in the championship for Racing Wombats. Then Castor Smith with the unexpected second place for HRT. And Ivan Müller gets his first podium of this season from Biles Motorsport.
What a race.
Additional point for Rick Scott. Then we have McCain, who also wins the Wars Cup. John Clellan, Tarquini, Scott, McCree, Radicic, Bila, Breck, Sekia, Aiello, Menu, and Newhouse rounding the points. Then Pirro, Rydell, Stuck, Hoy, Christensen, Zelic, Moreno, Alesi, Hattori, and Thompson. That's gonna be a major shake-up in the standings.
A huge shakeup in the standings, especially for some of the lower down teams who maybe are kicking themselves right now for not choosing a more difficult sponsor objective. But what we're going to see after this is definitely that some of the lower down teams maybe just got a big boost to their budget when they went with a cheaper car and an average to good driver, and that will help them get caught up after the first development period past the end of the next round, round 3 of the Touring Car Manager Championship presented by BTCO, the Race of Scotland from Knockhill Circuit. Thanks everybody for watching our 2 crazy races with all the fuel calculation issues that we've had today. Lorenzo Turi of BTCO has been your main commentator, and I'm Ted Ho co-commentating. Thank you for coming out, and we hope to see you next time. Points updates will be out soon.
Bye bye.